over $105 million in book sales within 72 hours. And I've distilled everything I've learned from that experience and a decade of building businesses into only lessons that truly matter for achieving big ass goals. Starting with number one, poor people suffer. Rich people suffer. Single people suffer. Married people suffer. Entrepreneurs suffer. Employees suffer. Suffering is a fixed cost of life. So pick a life, pick a goal worth suffering for. Your business will be painful when it's shrinking. It will be painful when it's plateauing. It will be painful when it's growing. And so the biggest alpha that we can generate as entrepreneurs or as human beings is picking destinations that we believe are meaningful enough for us to get through the hard times, right? I think it was Viktor Frankl who said, a man who has a big enough why can bear almost any how, right? And so the idea is that the how we know it's fixed, it will suck. It will suck. And the flavor of sucking will change. Sometimes it will manifest as uncertainty. You can beat 99% of people if you can master the shame of rejection, the boredom of repetition, and the pain of feedback. You can beat almost anyone at anything if you're willing to fail 20 times in a row, look stupid in front of people that you care about, and keep going long after it stopped being convenient. So let me unpack that for a second. In 20 hours, most people can achieve a base level of competence in just about any skill. And that includes money-making skills. That's what's crazy. Like, you want to learn sales? Your first 20 hours of sales, you will learn more about sales than all of the videos and all the books you've ever read. Because you have so much more feedback because you're actually doing it. That's the thing, is that you need feedback cycles to learn. And learning, for everyone, same condition, new behavior. So if you watch more videos, but your conditions are the same, and your behavior does not change, you entertained yourself. You did not educate yourself. Learning only manifests with a change in behavior in the same condition. Imaginary numbers on the internet. What the fuck? So I read this, and I think it hit me when I was scrolling on X. And the thing is that, like, if you ask high school seniors, which of them believes that they will be a millionaire by 25, it's over 50%. And to me, that demonstrates a huge amount of delusion. People have no idea what it takes. And to the same degree, the fact that governments, will give $100,000, $200,000 loans to people who've never made money in their lives to earn a degree that has no earning power anymore at all is unbelievably irresponsible and arguably unethical, because you're talking to somebody who barely has any life experience. When I think about that last line, though, of I just fumbled my 20s chasing imaginary numbers on the internet, I can promise everybody who's listening to this that in every realm of human endeavor, there is a significant amount of volume that is required in order to unlock a new entrepreneurship. Like, the reason that I'm such a fan of this and why I talk about it so much for people who are, in the game or not in the game, is that, like, the amount I've grown as an entrepreneur versus when I was not an entrepreneur, it pales in comparison, because people want to protect your feelings. Your friends, your family, they don't want you to feel bad. The market does not care. And if you want truth, the market will give you the truth. And as long as you can humble yourself and listen to the market, it will tell you where you suck. If I made content that no one liked, I would have to change, right? I'd have to change what I was doing. And if you make products that no one wants to buy, you have to change what you're doing. If when you get in front of somebody and no one wants to buy, you have to change what you're saying, period. But if you go and do that in front of your mom, she's gonna be like, great job, Timmy. It was really good, great job. So it just fluffs you. It's not real. And so I think that over time, what happens is people end up optimizing towards reality, truth. And I think entrepreneurship is one of the best vehicles for that. So one of the next issues is that, like, most people think the hard part is getting started. Head above water. At that point, options open up. And so one of the difficult parts of living in general, and so somebody asked for a definition, I'll give you one, is that if you feel sad right now, it's because sadness comes from a perceived lack of options. It's why it feels so hopeless, because you don't know what to do. And typically you don't know what to do because you have defined rules that you arbitrarily have chosen to live by. You have seen consequences that are bearable as unbearable. I could never say that to my parents. I could never leave my friends. I could never leave this city. You say these nevers, these absolutes, it would be impossible for me. But of course that's not true. What it really means is that you are unwilling to make a trade. When you are sad or you feel bad about your existing circumstance, the question to ask is, what trade am I knowingly or unknowingly unwilling to make? Because there are always more options. I think Harvey, really only one belief that you need to win, which is belief in your ability to figure it out. That's it. Start and you'll figure out the rest. Because sometimes you have to be the only one who believes in you. And we're rewarded as entrepreneurs and human beings for believing in ourselves more than other people do. Like that is the gift that we get. And that is why entrepreneurs earn disproportionately more than others. And not all entrepreneurs. In fact, the vast majority of entrepreneurs make less. But there are a select few entrepreneurs who make significantly more. And it's because they were able to stick with the uncommon path for an extended period of time, long after it made sense reasonably for them to stop, said no to imaginary opportunities in their minds, and were willing to make trades that other people were not. And so right now, everything that we want in our lives is a few trades away from where.
If this helped you, smash that subscribe button. Join the wealth-minded community for daily mindset and wealth-building content. Link in the description.